Just by taking a look at Saturday's card. I'm gonna warn you guys right now. There's a lot of heavy favorites. I'm gonna sound like I'm going through it kind of quick with certain games and certain games I'm not. It's just because the pick is kind of easy for me, guys. It's just it didn't take me too long to decide on what I want to be on exactly that, and just some games have such no value that it's kind of making me work for a bet that I like. So I just want to put that out there before we do kick off the card. And kicking off the card is going to be Pachuca at home, who has been an absolute wagon, guys. Pachuca's just steamrolling through everybody, and I don't think they're going to have any trouble steamrolling through Mazatlan here. I was thinking about going negative goals, laying like a run line type of play. But again, I want to stick to my own rules. And even though Pachuca could easily smoke this Mazatlan team, 3-0, 2-0, and cover if we were to go like -1.5 or -1 or something like that on the goals. But I do think they can do it, but it's just not something I'm gonna do because the price is about -105, -110 for a -1 goal, something like that. And again, it's just not. Pachuca's a great team, so if you're gonna lay goals and go negative goals on somebody, it's probably gonna be with Pachuca, and you'll probably be safe. But for me, I'm just gonna go with Pachuca in the first half. I think they can. I think they have this game winning by the end of 45 minutes, especially against a Mazatlan team who is much worse on the road than they are at home. So that's gonna be the only play for me here. Over 3. If we're gonna go over 3 goals, I think you're gonna expect Pachuca to carry the whole thing. And as much as that I think that they could do it, it's just not something I'm gonna pay to watch. So for me, it's just going to be Pachuca after 45 minutes in the first half for -110. Then moving down Saturday's card, Chivas at home, San Luis coming in. Chivas have only played one match so far, and I think that's something that you should keep in mind, guys. They they actually lost. They actually lost to Leon. Sorry, trying to think back. They actually did lose to Leon 1-0. Wasn't that bad of a game. They didn't play that bad of a game either. They should smoke the San Luis team pretty easily, but again, guys, it's just Chivas is not a team that will go into very high scoring games. So something like a +1 with San Luis is actually going to be very useful in our back pocket. San Luis has played 2 tight games already back to back, both of them 1-0 games. One of them they won, another one they lost, but still they've been close games so far. This Chivas team continues to have problems to be able to score. So it's an easy pick for me to go for a draw in the first half for +140. To see this game 0-0 after 45 minutes, guys, come on. We know that that's very likely to happen. Just take your shots with it, guys. Just take your shots with draws in the first half. They're more common than you think, especially with teams that can't really score. So a draw in the first half with these 2 teams is pretty easy for me to grab. I don't mind it. +140. And then getting San Luis with 1 extra goal at -108. When both of these teams have played very, very tight games, especially lately, that's just a no-brainer for me, guys. Easy game for me. So next up, Monterrey at home. Atlas coming in. Atlas, my favorite team. You guys know that. But even though Atlas is my favorite team, Monterrey should not be -182, guys. Come on, we know this. Monterrey had a heavy, rough loss against Pachuca. They beat San Luis just barely by 1 goal. Atlas had a great game against Cruz Azul, and they got a win in their first match. So you could argue that Atlas is the better-looking team, especially definitely the more exciting team, that's for sure. And even though Atlas has been in some high-scoring matches, I think this game is going to be a little bit different. Finally, I'm going to take one. Guys. I'm going to go with an under 2.5. +118. I honestly think this is going to be either a 0-0 or 1-1 game, or if anything, it's going to be Monterrey winning 1-0. So I like getting Atlas with an extra goal in my back pocket. They've been managing to keep their games pretty close. Sometimes it looks like they're losing the lead, and then they've come back and done something about it. Monterrey got absolutely smoked by Pachuca in their first game, and then managed to get a win at home against San Luis. Hey, it's okay. They got their win, but just not a team that I think you should be laying -182. So again, another easy game for me. Just It's kind of, I don't know, just the price points, just the picks and the prices, guys, they just kind of stand out to me. So that's just what it is. That's just kind of what it is with this Saturday card so far. And just another game where I just don't like the pricing, and I just find it difficult to find some value, guys. Cruz Azul should not be minus 174. You could argue that Leon shouldn't be plus 450 either, but I can't see a team like Cruz Azul absolutely just scoring on Leon, especially since Cruz Azul is starting to find the back of the net with that game that they had against Atlas. Hey, maybe Atlas's defense is just shit. That could be it, but we can't say that Cruz Azul doesn't have some quality players. But with the way Leon kind of drags some games and how they have been lately, keeping games close, the only thing I can really give you guys is a draw in the first half for plus 130. That's really all I got, guys. I'm probably not going to bet this game at all. Probably just going to sit back and check the results, maybe look at the highlights after. Don't even want to watch this game live. It's just sometimes Cruz Azul games, guys, just hurt my head. And the way this Leon team is, they're just not the exciting team. Maybe not yet. Maybe it's going to come up. But, I remember Leon being a more exciting team. And just they haven't been like that lately or in the last 2-3 seasons. So last season was all right. But so far, I think, I hope we see some more exciting games out of Leon. We haven't lately, so I think this game is going to be close. I think it's going to be boring, in my opinion. So draw in the first half, plus 130. I think we're taking a shot on. Argue that this is probably going to be match of the night. Maybe this one or the next game that we got. Toluca, champs. Man, just, again, another team steamrolling through everybody. Tigres coming in. Tigres ended up winning their first match. This is barely about to be their second match. So it's hard to go against Toluca, guys. I think we're getting a good price because we do have another good team on the other side. So I think you take Toluca money line, guys. They just steamrolled through America again. And they have their 2 matches won already. So this team just keeps on winning. We might as well just keep rolling with it. I think there's going to, if Toluca doesn't win, I don't think they lose. So I think Toluca's either going to win or this game is going to end up being a draw. I'll take a draw in the first half. I do think Tigres can play a solid 45 minutes for us and not get scored on, at least for the first 45 minutes. Tigres is a good team. Is a good team defensively. You usually don't see them get absolutely smoked. But I do want to be on the Toluca money line. I like the draw in the first half. And if Toluca can really push the pace, I think you can see this game go over. Something like 2-1 Toluca right after it's all said and done. But it's just hard to argue against Toluca right now, guys. So, hey, we're not going to beat it, so let's just join it. Let's just ride it. We're getting a good price at minus 110 because there's a good Tigres team on the other side. But, again, it's all momentum, and against Toluca's momentum is just not something I want to do right now. Another match you can argue is probably going to be game of the night, Necaxa America. When these two teams play, weird things happen. Sometimes exciting, sometimes not. Last year, Necaxa absolutely embarrassed America. But then, this is just what I've heard, guys, and this is just how I've seen. Obviously, the older men of our generation talk, or the older men, but past our generation, is I believe these two teams have a similar owner or the same owner. They're owned by the same, TV group. I'm not sure exactly what it is, guys, but apparently that's kind of how they managed to rig these games, at least when it comes to these two teams. I think at some point San Luis was also part of it, so the same owner was, or the same group owned Necaxa America San Luis. So the results can sometimes be mixed when those combination of teams play. So I'm getting a good price with Necaxa draw on the double chance. I kind of can avoid 2 out of the 3 results. America is, they're coming off of a solid win against Tijuana. So even then, I can see why they're favorites. You guys know why they're going to be favorites. You're always going to play for that America tax. But this Necaxa team is finding the back of the net just as much as America is. So I wouldn't sleep on this Necaxa team. We know, again, guys, things get kind of weird with Necaxa, with teams like Necaxa and America playing. whether there's some conspiracy behind that, that's on your final conclusion to draw. But there's just no ignoring that Necaxa always gives America a very good fight. And I think being with on the Necaxa draw double chance at -122 is a good place to be. Over is a little bit too expensive for me, so I don't want to be there. But if this does end up being a pretty close game, then I like our double chance in our back pockets for that game to finish off the night, and then that wraps up Saturday's card, guys. Like I said, it was kind of easy for me just to pick, just to just snipe my shots. And as you can see, most games are just one pick. But again, that's because it was a little bit harder to find valuable bets on this card. So let me know what you guys think of this card. Let me know what you guys think of the picks. Let's make some money on Saturday.